Certainly. Here's a deeply emotional, heartfelt story that you will not like to miss. It explores themes of regret, redemption, and the enduring love between a father and daughter. Title: The Letter in the Drawer. The call came on a grey Thursday morning. Mark was halfway through his usual cup of black coffee when the phone rang. It was a nurse from St. Agnes Hospice. His father had taken a turn. If he wanted to say goodbye, now was the time. Mark hadn't spoken to his father in nearly 15 years. Their last conversation had ended with a slammed door and words you can't take back. Mark had walked out of that house when he was 23, tired of being made to feel small. His father, a man of few words and even fewer affections, had never known how to say "I'm proud of you." Not when Mark got into college. Not when he started his business. Not even when he became a father himself. So Mark stayed away. He raised his daughter, Emily, with the love he never got. And he told himself it was enough. But now, faced with the final goodbye, something in him shifted. Not forgiveness, he wasn't sure he had that in him yet, but something quieter. A question, maybe, or the hope of one last answer. The drive to the hospice was a quiet blur of wet roads and restless memories. When he walked into the room, the man in the bed looked smaller than he remembered. Thinner, fragile. His father's eyes opened slowly, searching the room, and then, locking on his. "Mark," he rasped. Mark stood still, unsure of what to say. So many rehearsed lines evaporated in the hum of the heart monitor. "I didn't think you'd come," his father whispered. "I didn't think I would either." They sat in silence, the kind that speaks more than words ever could. His father gestured weakly toward the nightstand. "Top drawer, there's something for you." Mark hesitated, then opened the drawer. Inside was a letter, yellowed at the edges, sealed in an envelope marked, "For Mark. Open when you're ready. I wrote it years ago," his father said, coughing. "Never knew how to give it to you." Mark looked at the handwriting, unmistakably his father's, strong but careful, like someone trying hard not to get it wrong. "I have to tell you," his father whispered, "I didn't know how to love you the right way. I didn't know how to be a good father. But I always loved you." His voice cracked. "I was proud of you. Every day. I just didn't know how to say it without feeling weak." Mark blinked fast. His throat tightened. "It's too late for a lot of things," his father said. "But maybe not everything." He passed away 3 hours later, as the sun broke briefly through the clouds and cast a soft glow on the old linoleum floor. Mark didn't open the letter that day. Or the next. It sat on his desk for weeks, silent and weighty. Until one night, after tucking Emily into bed, he poured himself a glass of water, sat at the kitchen table, and broke the seal. "Dear Mark, you were 5 the first time I saw you cry. I had yelled at you for breaking my watch, something stupid and small. You stood there, tears streaming down your face, and I told you to toughen up. I regret that moment more than most things in my life. You were sensitive, kind, full of light. And I didn't know what to do with a boy like that. I was raised to believe that softness was weakness. I wanted you to be strong, but I didn't realize until it was too late that your gentleness was your strength. I watched you grow up from a distance, even when we lived in the same house. You tried to earn my approval in 1,000 small ways. And I, too scared to show emotion, gave you silence in return. I watched from the shadows as you became everything I wasn't brave enough to be. I kept newspaper clippings of your business. I saw pictures of your daughter on social media, though I never told you. She looks just like her mother. She has your smile. I want you to know, I was proud of you. I'm proud of you. I failed in many ways, son. But if this letter can carry even a sliver of the love I felt but couldn't say, then maybe it's not too late for you to forgive me. Be the father I couldn't be. With all my love, Dad." Mark folded the letter slowly, his hands trembling. In the quiet kitchen, with the moonlight casting soft shadows through the window, he felt something he hadn't let himself feel in years. Not forgiveness, not yet. But the start of it. And sometimes, that's enough.